Comedy FC.
Here we
Here
go.
we go, here we go. Comedy FC. Here we go, here we go.
We don't need no more
Legs in here.
We don't more
We
legs
need
in
legs
there.
in there.
We don't know.
No, it's legs in there.
Things I have to do to try to cheer myself up, to cheer you up. Therapy Army, how are you? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to United Real Therapy. How are we doing? He says here, Tom Charlton says, don't panic. Definitely panic. No, we can't panic, man. When you panic, decisions. When you're panicking, imagine you're in the swimming pool and you're panicking, you're drowning, you panic, you die. So we cannot panic. Man United can't panic. They have to stay with their transfer strategy till the last day of the season and don't panic. Because if they panic, what's going to happen? Teams are going to rinse them, take their pants down. So that's what we need to do. But welcome to United Real Therapy, people. It's time not to panic. Time to get behind the manager. Time to have a look at the board and the bankers. Time to have a look at the owners who are ordering stewards today to take the banners that are against my family. Avram Glantz basically told the stewards today, take those lot down there, that anti-Glazer banner down now at the lower tier of the Stretford end. Tom, how are you?
Yeah, man.
How's
good,
your
good.
day?
Yeah, good.
That car crash, that first half car crash.
Yeah, man, good vibes. I can't really complain with weather and everything, sunny beaches and everything. Can't really complain.
He's in sunny Spain, people. He's drinking. What are you drinking, Tom?
No, I'm on the water.
He's on the, after watching that, he's like, leave off the alcohol.
Leave off the alcohol tonight.
People, how are we? McFred, Mctominay, Fred just skipped to my lip. Their partners don't have a clue what to do. You know what? Actually, you're a poet and you didn't even know it. Hey, but you're having it. People, like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We're going to have people hopefully jumping on the channel tonight because we need to dissect this, people. We need to dissect this. Pick up everybody I interact in the spaces with on Twitter. I was telling you lot, and you were telling me, nah, you're negative. And I'm telling them, listen, bottle job tendencies don't go away easy, do they? Do bottle job players stop being bottle job because they got a new coach and they're being coached a new way? No, they don't. That first half, Bruno misses that sitter. Absolute sitter. Beautiful little combination play. The only play that I saw in that first half, that was Ten Hag ball. The first time. Third man runs. Balls gets whipped across. Ball then takes the deflection. It's there. 15, 10 yards out. What does he do? Bruno, what does he do? In the moment where he needs to be composed, what does he do? Panics. Where does he go? Rosette. Apart from that in the first half, people, we got absolutely outplayed. I'm going to tell you about a young player. He's from Ecuador. His name is Rosas Caicedo. And today, he literally wrapped Mctominay and Fred in a tortilla. He wrapped them in a tortilla. And you know what? He took a little bite. Then he thought, you know what? This tortilla smells good. Let me smoke it. What he did to those two today was embarrassing. The performance he put in that first half was fabulous. Was absolutely fantastic. I'm telling you now, they ain't going to miss Bazuma. They're not going to miss Bazuma. This kid has got more ceiling, higher ceiling to get even better than Bazuma. That boy had them all wrapped. Physicality, technical ability, know-how, passing. Every time Man United we're getting ahead of ourselves. He's there, putting out the fires, scanning, helping out his back four, helping out his fullback, helping out his left back. There, battling for the second ball. Well, Scott McTominay and Fred were panting. Don't even fucking get me started on Luke Shaw. Don't even effing start me on Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw today should be ashamed of himself that he's going home with a wage at the end of the week. He should give that wage to the charity.
Yeah.
He should give that wage to a charity. He was awful. I've been fucking kind. I've been kind. He was despicable. Bottle jobs. Rashford, I come in here. I try to defend him. I try to be fair to him, he makes a lot of runs. What most of you don't see is that him making a lot of runs off the ball. Because the camera, when you're watching the game on TV, unless you got a wide shot, right? Unless they go to the wide shot, right? Unless you go to the wide shot, you're not going to see him making runs. We've got midfielders who can't find Jack. But in the second half, he stopped making runs. He stopped running. He stopped running. In the second half, he was just like, oh, you know, I'm not going to get him. No. There's a guy called Eriksen who's back in midfield, who's taking the ball, whether it's the left, whether it's on the front foot, whether it's on the back foot, who can scan his shoulder. He knows when the pressure is. He knows when to give it. We look like a totally different team in that second half. At times, Caicedo couldn't get near Eriksen. Do you know why? Because you've got a technical footballer. A technical footballer that scans, that knows, that's so comfortable on the ball. But anyway, what am I about to say? Who's this in my mind me calling? Who's this?
This is the guy, mate, that we've picked up where we left off.
Big up this Bombay! Bombay, people! Big up to every one of you. It's Bombay. Oh, we'll come to him in a minute. Jesse Lennon, hold your horses, sir. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. But can we please, chat, can we show some love from Mr. Bombay? Can we show some love? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Good evening to everybody, to the family, to the Therapy Army family. It's been a while, and I thought I'd come on, man. I watched the first game in a long, long time, so I thought I'd come on here, see what you guys are saying, and maybe give my 2 pence worth.
How are you? Other than that, have you had a nice day? Obviously, it's lovely and sunny in Manchester today.
Yeah, man, blessed. No complaints, honestly. It's
football in the sunshine, but unfortunately, we got wrapped.
We got wrapped, man. We got wrapped.
Unless I watched it in the stadium, obviously.
Okay.
Unless I'm mistaken, what did you think of that kid that plays for Brighton's first half performance, Moses Caicedo?
I have to be honest. The first half, I was switching on and off, but he looked like he played well. I heard his name a lot, but I wasn't tuned in proper to look at him. I was looking more at us, to be honest. But what did you think of him?
First half, his performance was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He absolutely bullied our midfield. He absolutely bullied everybody. Not just Scott McTominay and Fred. He bullied everybody. He absolutely was a powerhouse. Absolutely. And you see the second goal, he wins the ball, battles Eriksen.
Are you talking about Scott McTominay?
And then
Fred?
Say that again?
Are you talking about Fred?
But in that first half, he not only bullied them, he bullied both of them. But he bullied everybody. Caicedo bodied everybody. That's why he's on the header. But Tom, how are you? No beer. Please tell me what you saw of that first half. By the way, don't get it twisted, people. Second half, Brighton looked at us and said, we've never won at Old Trafford. We're going to sit back in the second half and let them break it down. And we're going to waste time from the first 2 seconds of that first half. Second half, we're going to waste time. Right? We're going to waste time. And don't worry. I'm honest here. Erik Ten Hag's substitutions were really bad today. Really bad. Listen, Erik Ten Hag, welcome to Man United. Welcome to your first game at Old Trafford. I hope you will have a successful career here. But one thing you can't do, Erik Ten Hag, is wait for another 10 minutes to make your change. When the team's losing 2-0 and they perform that effing bad, you need to make effing changes. But go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, listen, long story short, we got put in a spliff in that first half. Caicedo was a player who Man United could have signed when he was 18 years old, when he was with I can't remember what the club were in Ecuador anyway. He's actually a Man United fan anyway through Valencia, would you know? So when you put the cards together, you think what potentially could have been, but we move. Fred McTominay, I mean, I don't know how many times we need to say it. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry, at the level that you want to get to, it's just not going to work against top coached opposition. It's not. Brighton have had a proper system in place now for 2 to 3 years with a proper coach who's drilled them into a system. So you can't expect Fred and McTominay, who a partnership that has failed previously with 2 different managers, you can't expect it to work third time. What are you expecting third time lucky? Like, come on. We saw obviously with the first half, I'd say in the first 10 minutes, I thought we were looking decent, pinging the ball around and everything, finding spaces, movement was okay. But that Bruno chance, I think, set the tone for the game, really. I mean, you put it into Rose Ed, I think he put it out of the stadium, to be honest with you. It wouldn't have shocked me if it did. I mean, it's these sort of areas and stuff where you look back and you think, yeah, if you take your chances, yeah, it could be a completely different game and a completely different day. But I look at the whole team performance. This team was supposedly they've been saying that they've got good vibes, good connection, all this, that the other. They're a squad. They don't play like a squad. I'm sorry, and they don't play like a team. We've said before about it. You've obviously went in Nuruddin on such as players like Luke Shaw and stuff. I completely back you up on it. I think, listen, I don't know what the hell his positioning play was for the first goal. I think it's shocking. A simple tapping at the back post. This is bog standard stuff. Come on. Same thing with second goal. Fred, no reaction, no reflexes. Like, come on. You're playing at the highest level. You're a £50 million player, supposedly. I wouldn't even get. You wouldn't probably even get 5p from him. This is how much some of these players have derailed over the years and stuff. But Martinez, I think, in terms of like on the ball and stuff, I think technically he's a good player on the ball. Physicality, obviously, we knew was going to be a problem. I think, but his positional play makes up for it in some cases and everything. But obviously, it's one game, and I will always say that though it is one game, and there's still 37 games to go where we can judge these players and stuff. But if something told us, if we can take anything from today anyway, I think is Ralph. Let it be known. I always say this 4 months ago. People can love him or hate him as a coach, but as his words said, Man United need 10 new players. 4 days later, they sacked him after he said that they needed 10 new players. He's sitting up there in Austria, wherever he is, in Vienna, thinking, you all laughed at me. Well, no Man United fans are fucking laughing now, are you? Because we're not. Yeah, we're laughing. We're laughing at the performance. That's all we're laughing at. We got put in a spliff in the first half. And like you say, the only key players that we saw who were at least standout players in many cases were the 2 players that he's brought in, has he not? Eriksen, technically gifted player, technicality around the football field, pinging it around, positional play, movement. You can see the quality there. Martinez, calmness on the ball, coolness. You can see the difference in levels between him and Maguire on the ball. Maguire puts it into the stand as soon as anybody comes near him. Martinez, there's a bit of calmness about him. And that's what we need. We need calmness in this squad. Because as soon as we panic, we bottle it. We've seen it so many times. We saw it in pre-season. The big game for me was that Aston Villa game. 2-0, and then you let it slip completely. Brighton today, first half, you completely shut asleep. They had chances and they took them. And that's what's going to happen when you go up against a top team with quality coaching. So unless you're going to be prepared to make some wholesale changes now, and I'm not talking about panicking, keep with the same strategy like you said, Nuruddin, transfer-wise, keep with the same strategy. But all this crap where you're hearing players like such as Arnautovic and stuff like that, I'm sure we'll get onto it and stuff. But listen, this is just what we call panicking. We are panicking because we don't have a plan. And that is the main thing. And like you say, plan A failed today. I didn't see a plan B. I'm sorry, I didn't. And these players, like I always go back to the same point. And I'll say like for my final point before you move on, Nuruddin. This squad was built for 3 years. And it won fuck all. I'm sorry to say it, but it won fuck all. And they are bottle players. Some of these players, they have bottlers. And they don't have the credentials to play for this football club. We've said it before and we'll say it again. None of these some of these players won't be here 3-4 years' time if we win anything major. And that is a fact. If we want to do a proper rebuild, you rebuild the whole team. Back to front. And that is what you call a proper rebuild. Klopp did it at Liverpool in 4 fucking years. Pep did it in 2 years at City. So it can be done at football clubs. But the final point, ownership. Listen, get the fuck out. That is my final point anyway.
Tom, they're back tonight. We're back. You know it's the first game of the season because it's the mighty Mundo, people. Can we give it up for mighty Mundo? Mundo, how are you? How are the kids? How's everything?
Yeah, not too bad.
Can I get your... Is it a lovely day in London?
Oh, yeah, it's a glorious day. Shame about the football, though.
Beautiful day. Hey, we know we got bottle jobs, innit? We're a club that's bottle job from top to bottom, aren't we? But welcome, Mundo. First half, I described Caicedo's performance as one of the best I've seen. He was linked with Man United. Tim Figueroa talked about him. Tim Figueroa is a Latin American football expert based in Brazil. Talked about him. Antonio Valencia talked about him. He's a fan of Man United. 6 million Man United could have had him. Today, I'll say it again. He absolutely, on second balls, on anything that they would try to do, in terms of press, in terms of him holding on to the ball, he absolutely bodied Scott McTominay and Fred, and he had them wrapped on a tortilla. And at times, you think he was smoking a tortilla, not eating it. He was smoking it in that first half. Mundo, can we talk about that? And I don't, you know what? I don't want to say he bullied McTominay and Fred. He bullied the whole team in that first half. Nobody could cope with his energy, his physicality, his ball control, his know-how of scanning. He was fabulous. Mundo, what did you think about his performance? I don't think they missed Basuma, if you ask me.
If I'm being honest with you, it was like, you know, when you're in high school and you've got the kid who develops quicker than everybody else and the big and no one can get the ball off him. Our midfielders are like school children. Honestly, I'd rather put 2 year 11s in our midfield than have Fred and McTominay. Honestly, I'm running out of words to describe how crap these two players are. They offer nothing at all. So you know what? I can't even assess Caicedo properly because, as far as I'm concerned, he's playing against abysmal midfielders, like the worst in the league. If he puts on a performance like that against Liverpool, Man City, any other team, any of the
teams, at the Emirates last season.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me just get Said Miyasi. Big up Said Miyasi. His team won. Fair play. Fair is fair. Martinez couldn't handle well back. Martinez has only played his only preseason game was 60 minutes against Real Vallecano. So he is a bit on match fit, right? He's not match fit. You can see that. But I thought he was brilliant. Honestly, he brought so much composure at times, punching the ball through the lines. I thought he was brilliant. Other than that, the goal, obviously, he was covering. It was his man, and he was covering, and Welbeck did brilliant. I've never seen Welbeck play like that since he performance. Those who know when we went to Real Madrid. Since his Real Madrid away performance, I've not seen Welbeck play like that. I thought he was magnificent today. But anyway, Martinez couldn't handle Welbeck. How can he handle Jesus and co? Oh, we'll see. Trust me, we will see. And you know what? Mayasi, we're not that long to wait. We got not long to wait. Shisha guys out, celebrate. We are dark horses to win the league. That's what he said. Say Mayasi, you know what? Everything else I could go. Even how's he gonna handle Jesus and co? But the Shisha cigars are out already after week 1.
Let the man enjoy it, man.
You are honestly, I don't know what they're putting in Edgware Road in that shisha or those cigars, but we need to have a series. You need to take those shisha and that cigar and get it tested by scientists, because I don't know where you're getting that shisha and that cigar from, but there's something stronger in those cigars and shishas.
Can I say something about Arsenal? Arsenal are such dark horses that come winter, come February, when the nights are dark, you don't see them anymore. That's how dark a horse they are. They go missing after February. Yeah, that's how dark a horse they are. Arsenal, they ain't winning jack. This guy's smoking something, mate. They ain't winning. They might get top 4, but only because we're rubbish, right? But even then, they've got Chelsea and Tottenham.
Mundo, give me your analysis of the first half, man. What did you think of the first half? Big up, by the way, big up Sami Yassi. Big up Khalees Medine Lassie. Guys, there's nearly 170 of you here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, please share. Become part of the community, people. Let's go. Go ahead, Mundo.
First of all, it's like I want to know what happened during pre-season, because we all had these cameras showing each other smiling. They're playing good football against Vallecano and all these other teams, and then they come to the first game of the season under a new manager in front of the Old Trafford faithful, a chance to put a stamp on a new era. But what did we expect from the same players who've let us down time and time again? There's 2 things that were lacking today: quality and intensity. The lack of intent. Brighton wanted the ball more than we did. They were more committed than we were. I saw Rashford doing the same old walking around business. The second goal, Luke Shaw just walks when the guy allows the right guy to run behind him, just turns around and walks. No effort to get back. Mctominay for the first goal. Eriksen ball, he robs his own player and then trips over the ball, and then they counter-attack us. Maguire, trust me, is a problem in that channel, because down that left-hand side in the first half, they were destroying us. Yeah. And Diego Dalot cannot be the starting right back for Manchester United. He can't defend. Trossard had him on toast. This mythical, he's good attacking. He's got no quality in the final third. He's dreadful. And you know, we go in hard fans on Wan-Bissaka, but at least he gives you half of the game. He can defend, at least one-on-one. He gives you something. But Dalot, honestly, I'm running out of patience with him. And we got Luke Shaw, the KFC bucket Luke Shaw back. The one who's unprofessional, unfit. I'm seeing Rashford.
He was disgraceful.
What was
on the ball and off the ball? He was disgraceful today.
He was terrible. No effort. And the thing is, at first, I was going to go in on Rashford in the first half because he kept running down blind alleys. And when Sancho switched to that wing, was going down blind alleys. But then I thought, but they've got no choice because the fullback is not even making any runs. There's 3 men, there's doubling up on Rashford. Another man's coming over, and the fullback's nowhere to be seen. Not creating any space, not doing an overlap, nothing. I thought he's an attacking fullback. It's time to throw Malacia in. Give the kid a chance. Throw him in, because for me, Shaw, Dalot, McTominay, and Fred, and even Bruno today as well. Oh, fuck. Honestly, Hollywood past FC, this guy. Oh, but you know what? One final thing, because I know I'm ranting on a bit, but me personally, for the next game against Brentford, put Eriksen in a double pivot. He can't be any worse than those two. He can't be. He can't
Tell
be.
me about the second half performance, even though we have to put this caveat in, people, that Brighton refused to engage us. They sat back in 2 backs of 4 and said, break us down. The second half, Brighton.
We look better with Eriksen in the pivot. We look
Eriksen,
much better.
calm, scanning,
Yeah.
ball, touch, left foot, right foot, front foot, back foot, taking the ball. Bombay, I'll come back to you. How did you see second half Eriksen? Even though we have to put this, people, Brighton said, we've never won at Old Trafford. We're going to sit back and defend the 2-goal lead and just play counter-attack. What did you think of Eriksen in that pivot, in that middle of the midfield?
Bro, can you hear me first of all?
Yeah, we can hear clearly.
You can hear me, okay. I've not even give you anything about anything yet, so that first half.
Give it to me all. Give it to me all. Give it to me.
Okay, yeah, I'll just succinctly tell you what I seen today and put some context behind it. I think it's important. I think Erik Ten Hag needs to take a bit of the blame for today's performance, because that team selection could have been different, in my opinion. I don't think Eriksen playing as that false 9 helped anybody today at all. It didn't allow us to get as forward as we would have liked. We looked a bit lost in that first half. People looked isolated in that first half, and Mctominay was, I don't know if you noticed today, he was pushing up a lot. Fred was being left alone, and I think that is something that we might see a little bit more of. Scott was pushing right up to try and allow Eriksen maybe to go a bit more forward, give us the opportunity to get further into the danger areas. And you have to give Graham Potter some credit, because Graham Potter's a guy that might change the system in the game 3 times. You know, they came with 3 centre backs and they enclosed us really well. The reason I'm not too upset in that is because I've already made a decision that we're going to lose games, we're going to have bad performances. This is a baptism of fire for Erik Ten Hag. This is the Premier League at Man United, and you're playing a very good team in Brighton. I know you're at home, but I think Manchester United have struggled at home a lot. It doesn't seem to work for us sometimes. They feel the pressure a bit more, but Graham Potter and Brighton are a very tidy outfit and battered some of the big teams last season. So for me, there's a lot of work to be done. I thought today, Luke Shaw, he's got to start. Mourinho's right. That guy is a bit dumb. And I'm a fan of his, because you can't just stand square on. You've got to show him down the byline and then just try and stop the cross. You can't stand so square. Let the guy get the shot in. You're asking for trouble. Just send him down the byline. Get low, position your body, and just send him down that byline. I think Martinez, good passer and stuff. I need to see more. There'll be sterner tests where we can see what we've really bought. But I think on the ball, and he was directing people, which is good to see. Maguire is Maguire. I think Diogo Dalot, I'm not really a big fan. I think defensively he's nowhere. Going forward, he's good. He's all right. But so we have to choose what we want there. We've got 2 options. We've got a really solid defensive guy. Can Ten Hag teach him a little bit better or not? I don't know. If you put Dalot in there, doesn't matter what you do. Defensively he's suspect. It's just the way it is. Fred, yeah, man, it wasn't his best day. Ronaldo, sorry, let me just. I think Jadon Sancho is a good player, guys, but I only watched YouTube. I don't know much about this guy other than I see he has some good things about his game, but way too many touches. Couldn't get past his man. Needs to be quicker on the ball. Too many touches for me. Rashford in pre-season, I know, again, a lot of people are saying, it wasn't great today for him, but Rashford seems like he's making a bit of a comeback to me. Facial expressions, smiles, enthusiasm. He's cutting in. He's having a dig. It's positive. You know, he looked completely lost last year. So I hope this will be a year of his resurgence. Bruno, I thought we really tried to press first half, and we did do it half decent sometimes, but it's got to be a lot better than that. Eriksen's a bright spark. For me, guys, I know this Ronaldo saga's rumbling on, but Cristiano Ronaldo is our striker as long as he's at the club. And if he's there, he starts. He's the first name on the team sheet. His desire to win is enough to put him in that starting lineup. That for me is non-negotiable at this point. Yeah, Martial is Martial, and hopefully he will shine this year and he will get his chances. But if Cristiano is here, he's the guy that will score the goals, man. And Ten Hag, if he doesn't want him and something comes for Cristiano, then let him go. And if he doesn't want to be here and we get the chance to let him go, that's fine. I'm not saying keep him at all costs at all. If the opportunity arises, get rid. But if he's here, Ronnie will give you 100%, man, and he will bang them goals. But if he's here and you're not going to use him and you're going to keep him on the bench because he doesn't fit your system, then we're going to have a big problem. Second half, I like the fact that Ten Hag opened up a little bit. He took Fred off and thought, forget it. I'm bringing Ronnie on, I'm bringing Elanga on. So he goes for it. And I hope that is how it's going to be. Just go for it, man. Don't worry about it. You're not going to have a great game every week. And it's going to take at least 3 months before I can come on this show and say, you know what? I need to start seeing a style of play now. I need to start seeing what the idea is. I need to be able to pick a starting 11 more or less every week. Right now, you ask me who starts for us. I can't tell you the starting 11. I'm not sure what we're going to look like in 3 months. And unfortunately, we can't rush that. So we're just going to have to go with it. But last thing, whilst that's going on, boys, we need to get some points on the board. If we lose at Brentford and then Liverpool clip us, which is very, very likely, and we've got no points after 3 games, then unfortunately that pressure starts to build, whether he likes it or not, and it's warranted. You can't just say, yeah, it's a process. You have to also get points on the board. Top 4 is my remit this season. I don't want to win anything, and even if we don't get top 4, but we're playing well, I'll still accept that. But top 4, and I'd say we are at this point the bottom out of Arsenal, Tottenham, and Chelsea. I'd say they're a little bit ahead of us. That's it.
Listen, I'll be shocked if we finish top half of the table on today's performance. And the one thing you missed out, I'm going to bring Cass in. Big up, Cass. Lovely to meet you today, finally, bro, outside the stadium.
Yeah, man.
I hope the drive back wasn't too bad. But I'll say this to you now. These are not his players. They're not his players. He asked for the players. He gave a list of 7 names to Man United in May. So I'm sorry, Bombay.
Yeah.
I'll say it simple. I'm not buying this, that he's all of a sudden under pressure. This guy is a fantastic coach. He's got a proven record. What he asked them to do today, none of them did it. And he's far as clear, headed it out. He says here, it's clear the second half we were better in midfield. Eriksen down means Eriksen dropped into the double pivot. Ronaldo up, we created Rashford 2 good chances. It's a shame we didn't score. So that's what he talks about. But Kaz, you were there first game of the season. How was the long drive? That whole first.
You know what? It was actually good, alhamdulillah and all that. I can't lie, it was alright because it's one, I was too focused on trying to eat something on the stop, and also it was like, you can chill back and you can really like deep it, because when that second goal went in for Brighton, right, I was sat up there and I was just deflated. I looked at everyone around me, I'm like, feeling the same? They're like, yeah. But at the same time, we gotta eat our words as well. Like we said, this is gonna be a free hit this season, so it's only time. You can only you're gonna have to eat them. I said it's a free hit on multiple streams. So we lost today, yeah. So okay, cool. So now I'm gonna have to eat that, and I'm gonna have to. It's like getting punched in the chin, and you have to eat that shot. Unlike Anthony Joshua and them man there, like glass chins and that. But you do get what I mean? It's just, oh my, I'm so lost for words, Norton. I'm not joking. If it wasn't for you after the game, You actually brightened up my day, you know. I can't lie. Like this, the positive energy, like even though it was constructive, positive energy, not just negative, like F this, F that, do that, da, da, da. Like you can break it down a little bit. And I expected a win though, man. I expected a win.
We talk
Your
about
things on mute.
Caicedo's performance in the first half. What did you think of that young player? He
He
bullied us
bossed
all.
it. You know what's
Bullied us.
funny?
He
You know what's
bossed the
funny,
game.
yeah. You know what's funny? See Mctominay. I haven't got no more. I don't think I've got another breath for Mctominay. And if he doesn't, I said there's a few things that can survive in this world if it ever went to like apocalypse or post-apocalypse. It will be cockroaches, Fred and Phil Jones. They'll still be around somehow. It's he bossed that midfield. How have you got Eriksen? Not just got Eriksen as a false nine. You got Bruno in there swapping with him, and then you got McFred, and he's still running rings around all of them. This is a guy we could have signed a couple years ago for last year for like 5 million.
6 million.
6 million. And instantly you can see he's filling in boots right there and he can play the game very well. I don't really want to see too much people get onto Maguire either because I'm not a big fan of Maguire, but I thought he was actually one of the decent players, even though I think for the first goal we got caught out. But to be fair, it was the midfield that got caught out. If anything, the first 6 seconds we nearly conceded. I couldn't believe what I was watching. That midfield is atrocious. Fred, he'll have some good games, but he's gonna have a lot of bad games. And this is the Prem. We really need midfielders. So on Caicedo, you know, big up props to him. Brighton played us off the park pretty much for most of the game. It's only until Donny van der Beek come on until we started looking like a unit. And big up to him because he's probably been waiting for that sort of shine to realize what he brings to the team. And Ronaldo, just not having a striker up there shows what we were really missing because it was like having 10 man on that pitch for a while, and it's not Eriksen's fault either. He got asked to do a job and he couldn't do that job. And Bruno, if he stuck that ball in the first 6 minutes at the back of the net, totally different game, man. But it's just I don't know how. Well, I need to highlight one more thing. I don't want to. I'm trying to be as positive as possible, but Bruno Fernandes. You look at your big games. Your big players need You need big games from them. You need them to step up. I haven't seen it from him in a long, long while. We went missing yet again, and this whole trying to refine Bruno's game to like this whole Ten Hag. Bruno needs to refine his game a little bit more and everything like that. He maybe needs to be a bit more tidy in his game, if anything. And that just looked like Ollie's ball all over again. And Bruno Fernandes that we know too well. And Sancho nothing happened down that right hand side. That's our creative side. It's the right hand side of shit. And we didn't use it in the first half at all. And it was I come on here because I just need to lay it out because I've just been soaking it all in. It's just wow. That's all I have to say. Man.
Living on a prayer, FC.
I swear to God, big up Khalees and Ahmadine Lassie, Chief Editor, United Real Therapy. Guys, there's over 200 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and become part of the community. Please share the video if you can as well. Big up Cass. I think Cass, have you summed it up? The first thing I noticed, so essentially in the game, was that straight away they nullified our press because what they did was kept hooving the ball. They kept hitting the diagonal ball or hooving the ball to get Welbeck against Martinez. And on the whole, I thought he coped with him. On the whole, especially the straight ball, because Welbeck stood on Martinez to test him, yeah. And on the whole, Martinez dealt with him, but there's a couple of times he got away. The thing about Martinez, for me, what I noticed is that he's not going to get much time. And that's why he got the yellow card. He had to take that professional foul. But other than that, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm sorry to say to you guys, there was a moment in the game, in that first half, where Mctominay gets free. Somehow, ball gets to him. He's in central positions, like Oli Bombay said. He's gone more forward. That's what it's been. He's more forward because what Erik Ten Hag likes to do is overload the pitch. So if the ball was to go up, there's always 2 or 3. There's 3 against 2, or there's 2 against 1, right? Mctominay had the ball in central about 30 yards out, 25 yards out, and he did not know what to do. He turned. What he did was like, okay, panicking at the time when you need to be the most composed at the time. Other than getting his head up, putting that ball down, and then passing it to either Sancho or the other side, switching the play to Rashford. No, He bubbled, the ball bubbled. Today, everything was about bubble for him. Everything was about lunging in. He doesn't even know how to tackle properly. When's the last time you seen him come and slide tackle somebody? And the thing about Fred is not a holding number. He's never been. He's got horrendous first touch. He can't pass the ball properly. What he is a high pressing number 8 that sometimes, you know, when the other team have got the ball around the back, he sneaks in and grabs the ball and then gives it first time. That's what Fred is. We're using 2 players, and I don't blame this on Erik Ten Hag. I blame this on the club, solely on the club. Because who's he going to play? Who's he going to play? And like you said to me, Bombay, in the project. So if the young come, I don't know with what's happening with the young. Like I said, I'm the owner, I'm the chairman, I am the co-founder of Wait and See FC. And trust me, on September the 1st, I'll be live on here with hopefully some of you guys, and we'll talk about the transfer that needs to be done. Because what Ranić said was heart surgery. I'm talking about we ain't got no lungs. Forget about heart. No kidneys. There is no kidneys. There's no heart.
Bro,
there is no blood.
Do you think that they're? I think at the moment, guys, with just pre-season and it's the first game and that, I'm relaxed. I'm not. It's normal. This is part of the process. We are at the beginning of a long process. If we are in it for the long haul, truly, if we're going to stay true to that sentiment, which we said at the beginning. So there's no point in going nuts and all that. I think the best thing to do is look. Let me just tell you this, bro.
What does the bottle top mentality? Soon as they go 1-0 down, why do they all panic? Where does that? Listen, leopard don't change your skins. Tom said this team has been put together over 3 years. Sure. Yeah, they haven't won anything. We know when the tough gets going, they start panicking and they start losing their heads. We already know. We already know. And Gary Neville put it up, said there. We were all getting gassed, Comeback FC, when there was an empty stadium. Soon as we get back in a normal stadium with fans, they all lose the plot.
Look, I think, first of all, these players are going to be put through their paces, and it's up to them to, when they get their chance, take it and nail a spot down. We haven't got a settled starting 11 here yet. There are lots of positions up for grabs. Ten Hag is going to still be figuring that out right now. So you're going to see different combinations. People are going to get their chances. Donny van de Beek will come into the picture a little bit here. I'm asking the question, like, if De Jong comes, okay, is he going to operate instead of Scott and Fred? Are they going to be out the team? Are we going to fit Eriksen and Bruno into this team? Is he going to thinking, I'm going to just solely dominate possession and get away with playing those 3 together? Or the only guys that are destructive, that are, enforcers, really, when you look at it, I don't know too much about Frankie. You guys can tell me, but it is Fred, it is Scott McTominay. And I think when the system comes in and when Ten Hag gets these players ingrained with the way that he wants to play, and if they can get to grips with that, then you can start to a little bit separate the men from the boys. I think today everybody looked a little bit lost. I do personally believe that Ten Hag messed up a little bit today. I don't think that setup, when I looked at it, was going to be fruitful at all. And Eriksen's better work was done when he pushed back, actually, to see the game, to put Eriksen there. Do you know what I mean?
What do you want Ten Hag to do? What do you want him to do? The guy put 7 players. He wants another striker. Man United don't have any. Anthony Martial's injury.
I could have put right. Well, I'll tell you what I would have done today then.
He needs a striker.
I know he does. I'm not saying Ronnie after 45.
Listen, 1 second. Let me just get the super chat. Zayn Miassi, we will win Europa and the FA Cup. Arteta is the future Pep. You will.
Zayn's rocking tonight, man.
Zayn Miassi, like we said, we all agreed in it.
Listen, he's putting us in a spliff. He's putting us in a spliff more than Brighton have. That's all it is. He's burning through that cash in. Honestly, he's on that oil money.
Do you know tonight you wanted to put Rashford up front, bro. Sancho on the right and Ilanga on the left.
Rashford is horrendous.
No. Honestly, that today was nonsense from Ten Hag. Don't do that again, bro.
Substitutions were nonsense from Ten Hag.
I'm telling you about the starting lineup, bro. I'm not saying that. Substitutions, like I said, you're gonna see weird things happening, but there are many place is up for grabs. It's like that Donny van de Beek thing we kept going on last year. I was saying to you boys, look, I don't think this guy is ready for it. Now, if Erik Ten Hag, the man that made him, played him, is here and does not fancy him, then there's a commentary to be had there. We will wait and see.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think if he doesn't get a start, if he doesn't get a start after the showing that Fred and McTominay had today,
He does. 100% does.
Listen, then I think he needs to go and handle
Nah,
it.
everybody will get their little chance. Yeah.
No,
I
think
today was a showcase. Today was a showcase match, and you know what it was? I reckon he went for the fittest. He thought what was probably the fittest squad that he could go with at the time. Ronaldo. If anyone's calling for Ronaldo to start, you're deluded. Even though I was kind of calling for it, I'm deluded for even thinking that because that's how desperate we are as United fans for a striker or an attacker. It's someone that's unfit that hasn't played no pre-season to be doing the job. You know what it was? You play a false nine against a back three. You think you're doing what we did against us. What's the point? But you say what's the point? At the same time, I remember when I think Bernardo Silva or Kevin De Bruyne done that against us in the FA Cup under Oli. They five at the back and he took us away out of the game. We don't have that system. You put Rashford up there, the centre backs have something else to think about, is pace in behind. But at the same time, who do you put on the left? Bruno? I don't think it would have really mattered, because if you still start McFred, it still ends up with the exact same result regardless if it was Bruno and Eriksen swapping over doing the left handle. You know what? See, Shaw, let me tell you something about Luke Shaw. I've tried to be his friend for many years, yeah. Let me tell you now, yeah, this guy would make a killing in a strip club. He would make a killing. This guy, oh my word. I don't know how many times he got stripped. He just does not look. There's players that can adapt. I'm sorry, but I don't think he adapts to this Ten Hag system. Malacia should have started that game today at least. That first goal, I don't see that first goal going. I think he would have covered it a little bit better. But then again, you could say it was Shaw was covering Maguire. Maguire got caught lacking, and Martinez tried to cover Maguire, which I don't understand as well. So there's Maguire's hiccup. But most of the game, that second goal, I don't even. I don't even want to talk about it. Anyways, long story short. I'm not joking. McTominay needs to get out that lineup.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to go to Tom, but let me just get the super chat. People, there's all like nearly 270 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Become part of the community, because here we break it down seriously. The Invisibles returned. Forget Neymar. Jesus Martinelli is in the Brazilian attack and play for us. London back to red. Once Conte leaves, Spurs become a pub team. Oh my God. Honestly, I'm not lying to you. You know what? The more he smokes that cigar and that shisha, the more that some of the things what he's saying again, it's almost fantasy. It's almost fantasy. It's almost like Harry Potter land. It's almost.
You know what? I want Brighton to win the league. I can't wait to see what my man's going to do then.
Listen, say Miasi and some of our fans think that Erik Ten Hag, all right, they smoke the same stuff. Some of our fans smoke the same thing as saying Miasi, because they think Erik Ten Hag is from Harry Potter land and he's got his magic wand and he's going to polish turds that are just turds forever. But Tom, I'm going to come to you. Do you think that he got it wrong with a false nine, and do you think that Rashford playing as a false nine would have been any better?
I don't really see what else he could have done, to be honest. You didn't have a fit out and out number 9. We've not had an out and out number 9 who's been really a long term player probably since Van Persie left. If we're going to deep it, a proper out and out number 9, because Martial, love him or hate him, he's a wide player who got converted to play number 9 when we didn't have anybody. We had a player who we was going to develop there. He's now in the nick. We now are sitting here with a 37-year-old, 38-year-old, I don't even know his age anymore, Cristiano Ronaldo, who is not going to be playing 3 games a week. He's not fit enough to play 3 games a week anymore. We are now scouring the market, looking for any name that sticks, that you can use as a short-term option. We've done it so many times. Rashford, for me, physically, he can't play number 9. Not physically. He cannot play back to goal. There is only realistically one player who I think can play back to goal. But you can't play him as an out-and-out number 9, and that is Martial. Because he links plays. He's a player who links plays together. He's not a goal scorer. He's not a number 9. He can play. Yeah, he can play a certain phase of the role. I think he'd play better as a false 9 if you played Martial in that sort of role. But I just don't see where this is all coming from, where we're scouring the market.
Listen, could you understand that Erik Ten Hag's been in charge since May? He gave them a piece of paper to get players.
This is what I mean.
Only bought in 3. Mainly only 3.
Nuruddin. They have sent everybody. They've sent everybody. Nuruddin, they've sent everybody to fucking Barcelona for 6 weeks on a piss up because they're absolutely bottling and folding this deal for De Jong. It doesn't take 6 weeks to get a player. If you don't get the player, you move. This is where you have your alternatives, your backup plans. You don't get a player, and this is the frailties of our football club. We don't have a scouting network. I've seen more people roll in.
Actually, we do, honestly.
Whoa. There's been more people.
Nobody listens to them. Nobody listens to them.
No, we've had more people roll in. I said to you before, you've got Murto who sits at the table. Ferguson apparently has a say. So David Gill again now. There's 3 people already. You've got somebody called Tom Keane, who's Michael Keane's brother, who's advising the football club. You've got Andy O'Boyle who's just come in. 5 people sit at a table who have different ideas. How can we take these people seriously?
I don't think
there isn't anything.
Listen, let me get a super chat. Let me get a super chat, and then I'm going to go to Mundo. I'll ask him the same question. Big up YUFC. As a fan base, wake up and smell the coffee. This is your freaking squad. Club didn't back a manager. Keno said it best. Leopards don't change their spots. I think he said there, Mundo. Could Rashford have started? To me, I will never have Rashford as down the middle. Maybe part of a 2, as a 2 maybe, with somebody else, but not by himself. What do you think?
As an alternative to what we saw, I think definitely, man. I'm saying, he's not out and out striker, Mundo, but as an alternative to what we ended up seeing today, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it speaks volumes when this is the second manager now who hasn't trusted Rashford down the middle. Because don't forget, Ralph was playing flipping Pogba and Bruno up front rather than Rashford, right? So they must be seeing something in training or something that's saying, nah, we can't play this guy up front. But for me, the biggest concern, what I expected to see today, is at least pressure on the ball when we're not in possession. At least pressing. There was none of that. The back line was, as soon as we went to go down, it was the same old bullshit. The back line's camped in front of De Gea, right? The midfield's on top of the defence. I just, honestly, and even then, we were still like a sieve. It was still getting through.
The same old gaps. The same old gaps we used to say on the Ollie, on the Rania, the same old massive spaces. Like you could put a couple of Titanics in there. Let me just get the super chat. Say me, I see. Ten Hag is the Dutch Voldemort. Hey, Voldemort wins a lot in Harry Potter, mind you. Voldemort affects everything that's going on. Arteta is the grown Harry Potter. Are you calling your manager? Say me, I see something that Mundo. Carry on, bro. Carry on. By the way, Mundo, I'm going to bring this into Askia. Breaking. Yeah. Man United have had a bid of €9 million from Bologna's Marco Arnautovic. Arnautovic, right? By the way, let me just tell people this. Arnautovic, when he was playing in Holland, called a black footballer the N-word and got away with it. Just know this. Just know this, people, yeah? He called the black footballer the N-word and he got away with it at the time. Mundo, the guy's 33 years old. Is he the new Egalot? The desperation? Is he the desperation kind of plan? Just because he played one time with McLaren and Ten Hag. He's 33 years old. He was in China last time I checked. And now he was in Bologna.
He did all right in Italy though. But we saw last season with a 40-year-old Ibrahimovic was like donning up the league in Italy. That tells you how slow that league is. But the thing is, it's a sad indictment on the current squad that we're even considering going out to get a 33-year-old to supplement the 38-year-old we got up front. I thought, what happened to our strategy, getting kids? I thought we were going a different direction. Why are we getting a combined strike force of 71, right, with those two? And It's
The way you
and everyone said Murtaugh.
You know
Everyone
what?
said
I
if
swear to God,
Murtaugh or
get the
Richard
simmer
Arnold have a
frames out.
chance.
Mundo, simmer frames forward, mate. Simmer frames strike.
Bro, do you know?
Bus pass. They both need bus passes, right? But the thing is, what does that say about Rashford and others that we're considering? You know, Ten Hag's had time to work with these players. I think privately he's thinking these
Wow.
guys are shit. He's not. I can't do anything. I need to go and get a 33-year-old Arnautovic because I can't work. I can't turn turd to gold. Right? He knows. That's why he's going for. He probably thinks, you know what, I can get Arnautovic. Okay, he's not got legs, but he can hold the ball up. He's quite technical. He might get me a couple of goals. He'll press. He understands the pressing system. But for me, the transfer window today, you mentioned it. He came in and made a manager. He had a list of 7 targets. We got 3 of those people off his list. I don't even think that.
No, one of the listen, Martinez wasn't on the original list. It was Timber.
He wasn't first choice.
Timber said no and said, "Oh man," Van Gaal started talking to him. We pivoted to Martinez.
Yes, but but at least in that particular deal, we were decisive. We can't get this guy. We're going to get this guy, which was what we needed to be like with De Jong, but we haven't. We've just hung around like a bad fart around Barcelona, like hoping for the best. And the thing is, Barcelona are mugging us off. They're out there buying the whole world, right? And we're there begging for that player with this crap squad, right? Just been taught a lesson at home by Brighton. The transfer window closes in the 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever it is. There's no plan B in terms of the window from what we can see because they're scrapping around for Arnautovic, who's been to China and back, you know, like Egalot. So it's concerning. It is really, really concerning because if we were confident as fans that we were going to make moves in the market, then today's result, you can kind of put that aside and think, you know what? We know that these players aren't good enough. They let us down last year. We're going to replace them. But it's the double whammy of not getting the players in the window that we as fans know we need, and being stuck with that same bunch of players that let us down last year, and you've seen it again today. Because I don't believe, given the full pre-season, we know we got a good manager, and yet we're seeing the same old crap that we saw last season. And the only thing that is constant is that bunch of players. So unless we get signings in the window, this manager's going to struggle with these players, I'm telling you. He's going to struggle. He's really going to struggle.
As Cass said, you know what? As Cass said, I'll come to you, Bombay. As Cass said, we know it's going to be, it's a massive rebuild. It's a massive rebuild for the football club. This is not Ten Hag's rebuild. This is Man United rebuild. We've been through more rebuilds, Mundo. More rebuilds. I'm telling you, we've been through more rebuilds than tornado land in the US.
You know what our strategy is like?
Land. You know the tornadoes, yeah? Tornadoes come every year, damage all the houses. Those crazy Americans build it again. Wait for the same tornado.
No, it's worse than that. You know when my boy builds a Lego tower and then knocks it down. That's Man United's transfer strategy. They build a Lego tower, knock it down. Build a Lego tower, knock it down. Oh, it's a project. It's a project.
Get him on the board.
I'm telling you, he would do a better job. He would absolutely do a better job.
Do you know the frustrations are there, right? But if I'm looking at this, yeah, Ronaldo all of a sudden now he wants to go to. Well, if you look out there, who can we go and get? We're not in the Champions League. Just remember that, yeah, we finished 6th, and anybody that's coming into this club is buying into a manager either that they know or have played for before, is either from the same country where that manager was from, and this is a rebuild job. And if we can see that we are about maybe the 5th or 6th team, maybe best team out of this crop, and even lower, you could say, then a player's asking himself, okay, I'm coming to this club because I'm going to get a much better wage and it's a high-profile club. Frankie de Jong is a transfer that we have really been trying to get him. since this saga is just rolling on. But dealing with Barcelona, I mean, they're moving the goalposts a lot. We offered a transfer to a player that does not want to play for our club. The only thing we have going for us is that this manager has managed him. This is a player who's owed 14 to 17 million pounds by Barcelona, that he has his own personal beefs before he leaves. He's not willing to abandon that. And at a certain point, Manchester United are not willing to go near that 100 million pound mark for a player that, if they do get, will have been for the money. He will come. He's actually talking about, okay, if I have to leave, then Chelsea's a good option. It's a better option than Man United. That's what he's saying. So
I agree with him.
Eric,
Right.
okay, fine. That's fine. But we can't put that on the transfer policy in the club. This transfer is very difficult to make happen. We've offered a very agreeable terms there. We're saying, all right, we'll give you the £360,000 a week you earn there. We'll pay 70 whatever million you want to Barcelona. But now, all of a sudden, you want us to pay another 14 to 17 million pounds on top of that. And you don't want to really come to us. You're even saying you'd rather go to our direct rivals. And Erik Ten Hag is sat there thinking, I need this player. Okay, you've got to be a bit realistic sometimes. Louis van Gaal was asking Man United for Neymar and Bale. All right, we'll give it. It's not easy, though. So we have to be realistic, and the managers have to be realistic. And I have to empathize a little bit with the club in the sense that, look, this isn't the great treble-winning Man United anymore. There are much better teams further along in their projects that we're supposed to be competing with. The only thing we've got going for us is that, we've got a global fan base and we can pay well. We can pay the club and we can pay your wage. But other than that, from a footballing point of view, why would anybody want to come to Man United instead of Tottenham or Liverpool or City or even Arsenal at this point, or even Chelsea at this point? So that there has a direct impact on our ability to go into the transfer market and do exactly what a manager would like. So Ten Hag said something, though. He said, okay, I don't need the greatest player, but I need the right player. And if I can't get him this year, I'd rather wait and get him next year. And you know what? I respect that. I like that.
I agree.
Why? Because we have got a really wretched history of getting your Pogba's, your Sanchez's, your Lukaku's, your this, your that. Hey, here you go. Everybody relax. We've signed you a big name. We can't shift them on. It's not working out. Liverpool waited for Van Dijk, suffered, and then look what they've got. I would much rather have a player that wants to be here and is the right player next year, and I'll just go with what we've got. All I'm asking Erik Ten Hag to do, I think it's fair. It's not like I've given him a team of absolute failures. These are good players, and in a good system, they should be able to operate. So it's his job, in my opinion, to show me a system. I don't want to win anything, but I have the right to get this footballing manager everybody's going berserk for to say, right, listen, in 3 months, get some points on the board. That's a given. You have to get points on the board. You can't just be losing games and playing well. Any manager will have to get points on the board, but start to show us a brand of football that is expansive, that we look forward to coming to Old Trafford to see and to tune into TV to see, and is going to be good and competitive in all the competitions going forward. Then you start to accumulate your team. Klopp, there's people calling for Klopp to be sacked after 2 years, but Klopp was getting spanked. They were conceding goals. They were drawing games a lot. But you could see something was happening. The team was playing better football. That's all I want from him. Klopp didn't win nothing till the 5th year properly. So if he can give me that, I'll take that.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's all I said we can hope for. But big up Saeed. Saeed is in his... Saeed is walking around. Saeed, talk to me. How you doing, bro?
Yo, what's happening, guys? Everyone good? But finally, man. Finally, we met, man. You know what I mean? Big up to the brother that was speaking now. Big up to you, bro. We finally spoke since the holidays, man. But,
yes, man.
Good to everyone.
Good to have you with us.
Good to everybody here. Mundo as well. Good to see you as well. I don't know who's the one is in the end. Okay,
Kaz,
so basically Kaz as well. No, sorry, no. I thought there's someone else on top of him. But yeah,
Yeah,
Kaz as well. Kaz as well, man. Listen, Kazman was there today. Listen, Nuruddin, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I think we have to watch out for United fans, man. You know what, man? They're going under. Big up to Alien Tenno's in the chat. He just messaged me saying, I don't want to go anymore. There's a guy in front of me, yeah? I'm not even kidding you. Leslie said he needs to go see a doctor because I'm not even kidding you. There's people that are just going under. Like, seriously, depression. Man. And you know what? I'm honestly,
already?
Listen, there was people fighting. Listen,
Fighting.
there was a brother that was fighting with people.
There's a guy that got draped. He got draped in the stands. You see him getting dragged across
No.
Everyone was watching it. You can see it from afar. Man, dragged up my man, and he decided to punch up in the stands, and he's mad.
No.
It was
Listen. Let me just get the super chat side. Say Miyasi, why don't you go for Aubameyang? Odegaard is mates with Haaland. He said he could join us down the line.
Oh,
this is therapy.
You mean when he's in his 70s? When Haaland is in his 70s, yeah? When Haaland is in his 70s, yeah? Or when you're...
Zayn needs to put that spliff down and step away, mate. Step away.
Yo,
But
big
he's
up
got
Alien
something to
Tenno,
say,
man.
though, at least. At least they're seeing good football, though, you know what I mean? At least they're seeing something. Arsenal fans.
Listen,
But, yeah.
Saeed, what do you think of Caicedo's performance in that first half?
Oh, mate, he bossed us, man. There was a time, yeah, where he literally ran the midfield, like literally ran the midfield on his own. But you know what they did, yeah, which I thought was very, very, nobody was seeing this, yeah. They had about 5, 6 midfielders, you know that? And we only had 4.
Because of the wing backs, because the wing backs joined in, came to midfield.
There you go. This is what I mean. Egalot tried it a little bit, but wasn't successful. But Shaw, he was meant to do that role, and he couldn't do that role properly. But what I'm trying to say to you is they packed the midfield, guys, and they're very intelligent, man. Brighton, I said last season, people were calling me negative, saying Brighton bopped us off the park. They did that for large parts of the game, yeah. Let's say the first.
The last home game, yes, they did. They did.
Sorry? Listen, another season again, that guy over there, man. Listen, everybody's... That's what I mean, man. Listen, go to someone else, man. I need to gather myself, Go to somebody else.
Oh, my God. Is he the guy that another season again? You know what I mean?
Mate, honestly, Norton, yeah. I just want to say, yeah, for me, Ten Hag can't implement his style of play. I'm sorry. I'm not even... I don't care. I'm saying it right here. Ten Hag cannot implement his style of play with this group of players. You cannot blame the manager. You need quality. Jurgen Klopp did it. Pep Guardiola did it. Sometimes you need players to implement his style of play. It's okay because these guys are just rubbish. People need to accept that. You can't turn water into wine. You can't. I'm sorry, man. He needs players that can adapt to his system. Maybe that's why he wants Arnautovic. I don't know. That's why he maybe wants him there, because he knows that he can hold up the ball. Is that why it is? I don't know. Because for me, these players are not able to do the fundamentals. They're not. It's as simple as that.
Saeed, you know they've gone to him, innit? They're saying we're not gonna get Benjamin Sesko because he's the guy. He's the guy to get because he's got a ceiling. He's 19 years old. He's got a ceiling, yeah. But we'd rather go for that Mundo, right, than to Saeed, and then go and get a 33-year-old man. Like Mundo said, combined age of him and Ronaldo, 71 years old. Talk about Simmer effing frame FC or what? What are we? Retirement home? Is that another Egalot? No, mate, I'm not having this. I'm not having these guys going to, well, we can't afford this young kid. We can't get any other striker, but we'll go for him because both of you, you're the manager and the coach, Steve McLaren. He played under you. The man's a racist, bro. The man called a fellow footballer an N-word on the pitch, bro. That's what he did.
Wait,
I'm not
what?
having it.
Wait,
I'm not having it.
Serious?
I'm not having that, man.
Serious?
Yeah, I heard about that.
But you know,
look on my
there is
Alien Tenno, listen, chin up, lad. Alien Tenno and the fans that come from different parts of the country, chin up, people. I said, don't panic. I mean, don't have a go at the manager.
Give him time.
No, nobody should.
Give him time, man.
They just not changes. Listen, leopards don't change their spots. Today, I'm telling you, it got so bad in the parts of that first half. You know what? The Brighton fans were olaying us. Olé!
Yeah, I know.
Oh my word! I couldn't
Olé!
believe it. Second half, I couldn't believe it. I was living, and they were singing in the first half. Can we play you every week? I was like, after 25 minutes, I was like, oh my f! I was fuming. Couldn't believe. Oh, we got battered by Brighton fans. I can't believe it.
Do you know what? These going for these young players, man, that have potential, is all well and dandy. But in my opinion, guys, where we are right now, sometimes it is better to go for somebody whose best years are behind them, but they're not phased by being asked to go and do the job. When a young player comes into a team, he has we're forgiving because you're a young player, you're new, go and express yourself and that. But when you look at a player in the dressing room and say to me, no, it's on you today, that changes everything. So these young 18-year-olds and that we're looking at, that's risky. That's very risky. You go at this point now when you need somebody to come in and do a job, in my opinion,
listen.
and you get somebody that has played in the Premier League. 33 these days is not old.
Man.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not telling you. I'm not saying to get this guy, but no. Listen, I'm not a guy that wants to just go and sign players to get numbers. We need the player that the manager is well happy with, that is gonna fit the system. If it's a stopgap, get this guy. No problem. It's not a big issue. 1-year contract. Do the job.
I want
Do the
players
job.
with ceiling. I'm sorry to say, but I want players with ceiling.
What do you mean?
That Sesko kid. I've read loads about him. I've watched videos about him. People analysing him.
Look, we read about Diallo. Amad Diallo. We read about him, bro. He came. He's not ready.
I never knew about Amad Diallo. That's the club.
That's an example I'm giving you, though.
Nobody got Amad Diallo. Nobody thought about Amad Diallo. Everybody thought he was too young. The guy never even played proper league football. Listen, let me say something about this Sesko kid, right? He has all of the attributes to get better. He's got all of the attributes to get better. I'm sorry to say, the club can't come up with 40 million when we're buying Maguire for 80 million. Someone like Fred for 50 odd million. We can't come 42 million for a kid that's got incredible high ceiling. I'm sorry. Mundo, have you seen a bit of it? I watched the Liverpool game. His attributes, I'm not going to lie to you now. I'll tell you now. His attributes are exactly what we need. His attributes, he's strong. He holds up the ball. He's got quick feet. He's a good presser. He's got pure enthusiasm, Mundo. Pure enthusiasm. He doesn't stop running. And you know what? When people come try to dive in on him, he's got the skills to get past them. For a big lad, trust me. Have you watched anything or read anything about this kid?
No, I haven't. But what I'm trying to say to you is, man.
Listen, let me say something now. This kid has been scouted a long time by big clubs. Real Madrid. Look at all of the clubs that scouted this kid.
This is a familiar story, though, bro.
Big clubs that scouted this kid. So I'm not having you to say Arnautovic was horrendous. He was absolutely awful.
Look, I'm not telling you go on.
He's not even on our striker. He's more of a wide player.
Who's that?
Super chat. Listen, HKN Music, yeah? Big up, bro. That is that Davido's. I think that's Davido's record label. Those of you who know it.
Big up, man. Big up.
You know what? Frankie de Jong has never said Chelsea is better option. The briefs are mainly coming from Barcelona, not Frankie's side. So he's just talking about Frankie. But I'm telling you, I'd rather have a 19-year-old Mundo. That's what Man United were. Buy them young, get them into a team, mold them, then they start balling out. Other than listen, if you said to me we bought too many youngsters and we didn't even give a chance to Diallo, we don't know how good he is because we don't even give him a effing chance. We start playing granddads. We don't give these players a chance.
You know when you're saying,
don't tell me we give them a chance.
Look,
Cavani, Egalot, Falcao, even back in the day. Who else? Ibrahimovic. No, mate. I'm not having similar.
Look, do you know the managers that we got? Do you know
the board? Listen,
Let him come back to that. Let him come back to it. Nuruddin, come on, man. You gotta give him a chance.
I'm not giving him a chance, man. He's come back and he's telling me he was an Arnautovic.
You know what? We've picked up. Listen, I'm not telling you. Look, I'm not telling you. Get Arnautovic.
The board has got away with it. Owen, Falcao, Salgado, Egalot. They ain't getting away with a run. I can't even say his name and I'm so angry.
Vic, man, call him Vic.
The fans have had enough. I've had enough. Go ahead, Bombay. I'm gonna mute myself.
No, bro, there's nothing much to reply. I understand. Look, we don't have to get Arnautovic, but I'm just trying to look at this thing. Yeah, we have all of a sudden a problem where Ronaldo believes that false promises were made. Last season, Varane comes in, Ronnie comes in, Sancho comes in. Everyone on here saying, right, Ollie, pressure is sky high. We need to be competing with City and Liverpool now. We've got the team, we've got the players. Let's go. We come sixth. Ronaldo is 37. He is, in his mind, wants to have a swan song where he can cement that legacy. He's not going to do it at United because he's not in the Champions League. This is what I said at the top of the show.
He knew that before he was coming in.
Bro, he didn't know he's coming. He didn't know he's coming to a team that's going to come sixth and was this disastrous. That's what he didn't know. We didn't think we're coming sixth at the start of the season. If you roll this back, everyone was like, "Rio, the pressure is high on Oli now. We have got everything we need. Varane's in here. He's got the speed. Ronnie's going to bang the goals. Sancho's going to tear it up and feed Ronnie. It's happening. We're there now." Bro, we come sixth, shocking. Nobody thought it was going to be this bad. Ralph Rangnick came in. Everyone was like, he's a coach. He's a footballing guy. All right, fine. But it's not gone the way anybody thought it would have. And those people that thought it'd go bad did not think it'd go this bad. Ronaldo, bro, doesn't have time to stick around for Ten Hag's system and all that stuff. Ronaldo wants to bang his goals in Champions League. This is why even if Benfica comes in, just make it amicable, make it agreeable, and let him go. With my blessing, he goes. You don't owe us anything, Ronaldo.
We agree on that. We 100% agree on that.
So what I'm saying is that there leaves you now in a dilemma. All of a sudden,
we need a striker anyway, whether Ronaldo stays or goes.
Bro, if Ronaldo's staying, I don't think a striker is a priority. Martial and Ronaldo share it. We don't play two strikers now. I don't think we do. We need midfield.
Listen, you know Ronaldo got Europa League. We got Europa League Sunday. Thursday, Sunday. We got Europa League. We're gonna be flying everywhere from heaven and earth.
All right, look. You find me. Listen to this. Ronaldo, you're not putting on the bench. He has to play.
Yeah, mate. I'm sorry.
Right? No. He's good enough to play. Listen, let me finish. When he's not playing, Martial's playing. Find me a third striker that is going to be somewhere between good enough to play, and sit on the bench and not moan.
Well, they can play in the Europa League games.
You can't just say that. Look, Klopp just went and let Origi go. He describes him in glowing terms. You know why? This guy was the consummate pro. He knows he's not first choice, but when he comes in, he does a good job. That kind of player is difficult to find. And this has come from nowhere. If Ronnie was staying, we don't have to focus on this striker nonsense. Go and focus on that midfield.
No, but listen. One thing I will say is that if you buy that Sesko kid this season and Ronaldo stays, then there's no pressure on him. He can develop. Do you understand what I mean?
That Sesko kid.
You need to be forward thinking. We need to think. Even if Ronaldo stays this season, next season he's gone. Right?
Okay, Chris, is it not forward thinking? Okay, is it not plan? Well, what I'm saying is it not planning ahead to get a stopgap for 1 year while you assess what
Ronaldo's the stopgap?
No, he's not though. He's not though. You're talking about you need another striker.
For the past 10 years, we've been stopgap FC.
Listen, if you need another striker, Chris, you could go and take a punt on an 18-year-old, and many 18-year-olds have come to big clubs and not quite done it, and they've been amazing. Okay, so maybe the club has
on him.
Look, bro, the club is within its right to think this is not the right way to go. That is just as viable as saying, look, let's get another guy that can just help us out for a year. While we know Ronnie's going next year, he will go with Ronnie, and we will go and invest in a banging striker.
You're just kicking the can down the road because you're still going to have that. You've got two old strikers.
You're buying time.
If Ronaldo is staying, then you invest in a young striker who can learn from him, who can come and adapt. He has a whole year to adapt to the league.
Can we get both? Can we get both?
Because all what's going to happen next season
exactly.
Is Ronaldo and Arnautovic.
Okay, fine.
Listen.
Because you think this kid's sick for 42 million. Maybe the club don't agree.
No, why can't we get 42 million? Hold on a minute.
Is it guaranteed he's gonna do the business?
Hold on a minute. Why can't we get?
But that's what I'm saying.
One second. For me, what would make it more amicable would be Arnautovic and Sesko. I don't know why we can't do both. If you're going to do something, you have to get the two, not just Arnautovic on his own. For me, it's underwhelming. Go and get Sesko that you can mould in, like Mundo says, and then you can get Arnautovic. If Ronaldo does leave, then you've got two options plus Martial. Then we're sort of okay now in the striking department. It's not glamorous, but it's something. But to only
We
get
need
Arnautovic,
wingers though as
I'm
well,
sorry,
though, man. We need a winger. We need a proper winger,
Bro,
and a
honestly,
left-footed one at that.
Yeah,
We need more than just strikers.
Listen, Cass, I'm gonna come to you, bro, with this argument, and I want to know where you stand on it. But big up, say Miasi. He says with a partnership of Rashford and Mr. Vic, you want to sign. They might get 10 goals max. Okay, you might get 10 goals. Listen, can I just pick up everybody? There's like 250 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. 350 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and become part of the community. Big up everybody here tonight, people. Man United, this is definitely the therapy session.
Therapy, this is therapy, man.
Time I have. It is the therapy
Yeah,
session.
who told you Sesko wants to come exactly?
Listen, listen. I want to go to you, bro. Cass, where do you stand on this argument, bro? Do we get them both? Are you happy with? Are you happy with Arnautovic, bro? Arnautovic.
No. Hey, you just come up with this. Not come up actually. You state a fact that this man is he said the N word or something to a player in the other league. Keep him far away, bro. This guy is nothing good. He's about 32. Have this club not learned anything from the system? How can you come out and say in an interview, right, that we want to sign the right players, not just any player? Arnautovic isn't any player, and the wrong player at that. That's not therapy. That's not therapy to my ears. Like that's nightmares. What's he gonna do? He's gone. He's done. His career is pretty much dusted. Like, are we just gonna keep bringing in these pensioners for no reason? Ronaldo, Cavani, Ibrahimovic, all of these men. Like, yes, they're great players in their day. Ibrahimovic was definitely a great player for us, regardless. But at the same time, we can't keep giving these people who want mad contracts every time as well. It's going to keep taking us for a joke. I'd rather develop a younger player than give Arnautovic a chance. If you're going to say 8-9 million euros.
Should have got Lacazette. If we're getting Arnautovic, we should have got Lacazette. I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah, exactly. What is the difference? What is the difference?
I want to go to London and chill with this guy.
Apparently, we've been linked with Jamie Vardy as well. It's like
no.
Sign him, I'm telling you.
Sign him up right now.
I'm seeing him talk about Aubameyang.
You know
I'm not having this.
Mundo, he's come off the pitch. You know
frame.
what? One game he come off the pitch last season. He came off the pitch with two different injuries. That's Jamie Vardy. And you know what? You know Leicester are looking for money for James Vardy. And who's fool enough to pay? Man United. You know why? Because his missus just lost him 3 million in the court case.
Can I say something?
She's not going to pay that money, is she? She's not going to pay that money. Listen, let me give you
1 second.
Go ahead.
1 second. I just want to say, yeah, are you guys comfortable with the fact that a manager is getting a player who was playing under him 15 years ago? Apparently, he was playing under him at FC20. I'm sorry, man. This is just so desperate, man. Seriously, FC20 was 15, 20 years ago, man. Like, it's not now, is it? I get it if it was like 2-3 years ago he played under you. But what he provided you when he was a youngster to now is two completely different things. You know that guy called Anthony Modeste? He's going Borussia Dortmund.
Oh, my word.
Good. Apparently, he's 34, but apparently he plays in an agile way. Why don't you go and get him?
Listen, Bombay needs to get off. I just want to give him the last word before he goes. Bombay, go ahead. Looking forward. Looking ahead, what can you tell me? Looking ahead. Let's be positive. Let's end on a positive. You're the Mr. Positive himself, aren't you? So what can you tell me with Arnautovic or Vardy? Where are we going? Oh, he's
do you know what? First, really good to be back. Peace, respect to the whole therapy army. I've missed it, man. It's good to see you guys. Cass, nice to meet you as well, bro.
Nice to meet you too, man.
It's one game. This manager is a good manager with a good pedigree, and just take it easy on the players as well, man. It's a lot of new things going on all at once. We've lost some players, big players. We've bought some new ones in. The manager wants to play in an expansive way that this team has not played before. a lot of new ideas. And on top of all that, everyone around us we're competing with looks good, man, looks strong, far ahead. So don't get too upset. Just look at the game objectively, and it will come. Keep the faith. That's you can't rush the implementation of a system. And we've been saying this has been constant in all our discussions when it's been difficult to assess, is it the manager, is it the players? It's a system. When a player plays around people he's familiar with in a football that he, is suited to his game and he likes, he's a different player than playing, in something he doesn't know. And this takes time. This takes time. So just give it some time.
Big up Bombay, man. Absolutely pleasure to have him back on the channel, people.
Lovely to be here, guys.
Show him some love, man. Show Bombay some love, man. Listen,
thanks for all the nice comments as well, man. Thank you.
Man. Listen, you've been missed. Trust me, you've been missed.
I've missed it. I've missed it. Believe me.
We need optimism. We all come in here as pessimists, so we need that. It's optimist.
We need
don't be a pessimist.
There's a silver lining every dark cloud for this guy.
There's always. You know what? He's the only player tonight. He's the only Man United fan anywhere on any platform tonight going, don't be too hard on the players.
Exactly.
That's why we love
Mctominay, boys. Give him a break. I'm telling you.
He thinks about Tommy.
He's telling the fan base to all have a Kit Kat. Take a break, mate. Take 5.
Gandhi said, right, even if you are a minority of one, but the truth is the truth, stick to it. Scott!
I don't mean the fan base is ready for that. But big up saying me, I said,
See you later, boys.
Get United to identify as the opposite gender, then you can win with the women's league. It's the only way you can win the league. I don't even think we could win the league with the women's. I'm telling you.
Our women's team's better. Our women's team's better than the men's.
Our women's team's a lot better. Listen, Kaz. Seriously, bro. What you saw today, honestly, what's the last time you were at Old Trafford?
So basically, last time I went Old Trafford, do you remember the 3-0 with over Tottenham with LVG?
Yes.
Louis Van Gaal. Actually, that's the last time I went Old Trafford. Last time I went to a Man United game was actually when Sanchez scored that header also against Tottenham, but that was at Wembley that time. But I said, I saw Mourinho come in after LVG, and I was like, nah, I'm not having this. I'm not coming back to this club on this Old Trafford. I have to stay away from this place I love so much until I see some sort of direction. And then with Ten Hag, regardless of the result today, yes, it's reactionary, but how can you can't blame a man for being reactionary because we're so used to this right now for the last decade. And I thought Ten Hag is gonna get us somewhere. And I thought, you know what? Let me just give this a go again. Let me go to Old Trafford. I think it's time. It's time to come back. It's been half a decade since I come, about 6 years, and then I woke up to that. So every time I went to Old Trafford, we typically win. Today was I experienced my first ever loss there, and it was a harsh reality check of how shit this team really is. I'm not joking, right? I don't want to be reactionary and be a pessimist, but at the same time, if we keep seeing McTominay and all the rest of them players, the same bunch over and over again, we're not even going to finish above West Ham, let alone maybe a Newcastle if they do good things in this transfer window. Today missed so much. That midfield I don't know how that midfield has been the same midfield for how long? How are you ever meant to dominate a game? How are you ever meant to do anything if you can't even control the midfield against 2 players? Was it 2 players? Was it Caicedo? Lallana? Lallana would run. Oh my, this guy can't even run 90 minutes. Today he ran 90 minutes, I believe. And then he brought a new boy. They brought a new boy as well. He absolutely bossed it as well. And I just don't understand. I'm so it's just, I will support this club even if we went to the championship. I don't care.
I'll take the
I don't care
from you now, Cass. So the Glazers will F off. I'll take it now.
I'll take it. I can't lie. Like if it means them getting out, I was there with a chance today with the Glazers out, and it was fantastic. I loved it. You know what? I came about 12 o'clock and they were singing. I was like, wait, what's this singing going on? I see a flare go off, and I was like, okay, that's the protest that I heard about. So let me just join in anyways. So I went in there, that little march through the Munich tunnel, and then
That
And
was
I just thought,
amazing.
and then I realized, wait, I meant to meet Saeed and that over at the hot dog stand. And I was like, how am I gonna get past all this crowd? So let's just
Go around.
I was just going around chanting. I was like, what am I doing?
You were doing laps, Kaz. Like Kaz was doing laps today. Mundo, listen, big up to everybody. Listen, there's still over 300 people watching. Big up to Super Nick. Big up to CM. Big up to Kelly's. Big up to Tenno. Listen, United fans, seriously, keep your head up. There's going to be a lot of pain. Seriously. Get used to the pain because it's going to take time for Ten Hag's system with these players. Unless they get him, they've got 3 weeks. Man United have got 3 weeks. The board, the owners have got 3 weeks to go and get him the players that he wants, right? Even if he wants Arnautovic, get him Arnautovic. Even if I don't want him. But I'm just letting you know, I thought the days of getting Simmerframe FC were over, right, with Ronaldo. Like Mundo said, that's a combined age of 71. I don't want to have that. I don't want to see that. If Ronnie wants to go, let him go. I don't think we should be doing this to him. He's a great player, one of the greatest players of his time. He needs to go. But Mundo and Super Nick saying, if they sign this guy, I will not support this. But listen, it is what it is, innit? We're always where we are with these Glazers. But big up to all the people that turned up at the protest today as well. Big up. We could continue this. We want the Glazers out despite win, lose, or draw. Whether we sign players or we don't sign players. Because they're the vultures and they're the real problem. Big up for Gary Neville again, even though the Sky guy, the host, was trying to shut him up. Gary Neville saying it's time for them to go. Mundo, last bit of you. Where's the hope? Where's the little bit of positivity? Is there anything that you saw today with a bit of positivity in that second half? Even though Brighton just said we're not gonna attack you, we're just gonna play counter-attack and defend.
The one thing I will say, right, is I'm going to back the manager 100% because I'm confident in this guy. But I'm not confident in these players. So what I want to see is some authority from this manager. If you don't follow my instructions, you don't play. That's it. So I expect he might keep a similar team to Brentford. And if they flop again against Brentford, what I don't want him to see is reward failure. If guys are not doing their jobs, they shouldn't play. If I see that, if I see the manager have authority, putting guys who are willing to do the job, eventually I'm confident that he will get us playing a certain way. But if he persists with certain players who keep letting us down, which I think was Ralph's biggest thing, even though players were throwing him under the bus, he kept playing week in, week out. Then, for me, the midfield needs to be sorted. I don't want to see Mctominay and Fred.
Oh, you got to stick Jimmy. You got to stick Jimmy. I'm not joking. We got to stick Jimmy. I know he might not be ready, but I'm sorry. Scott McTominay and Fred haven't turned up since 3 years ago, whatever it was. Give the boy a go. Put Eriksen in the 8 with him. I'm sure them two will do it, and Van der Beek as well. Please, we need to really start looking at this midfield. And I know Ten Hag's he'll be looking at that midfield. Fred came off today, yeah. He came off today, Mundo. If you watched it when he was watching it, he came off the first one to come off. That shows me Ten Hag's not impressed. And then he had to bring off another midfielder straight afterwards. Not straight afterwards. Sorry, I think McTominay not coming off. What does that tell you? They got no clarity. They got the players can't go up to Ten Hag in that dressing or in another day or so and be like, I played well in pre-season and this, that, and the other, so I deserve a shot. They ain't got a shot now. I'm sorry. It gives him every single reason to be like, you're not playing, you're not starting against Brentford. I'm sorry. Hold the bench. Hold this. There's younger players that are more hungry and might not be ready, but I'd rather throw them in there to perfect what I want than what you guys are putting out on the field and showing the fans every week, every single week.
Yo,
I agree with you.
I think you summed it up there. My only positive is that I told you from day one, as soon as we signed this manager, I said to you all that we are going to see better football, but it's going to take 3 or 4 months. He has to get some results. Bombay is right. He has to get some results along the way. But you're going to see good football in 3. But like Saeed said, and big up Saeed, by the way, those of you not go and checked it out, he's on the road to 100K. Please go and check out his match reaction. He didn't hold back today. Trust me, he didn't hold back. If you've not seen Saeed's reaction, go to Saeed TV, people. Go and check out right after we end here, because this is the last word from me. I'll say this. There's certain players that will never be able to fit into his system, regardless how much he tries to coach them. He has to realize that he has to look in the mirror, and I think this is where McLaren steps in. McLaren coached Man United when we had midfield players. I'm talking about league winners, multiple league winners, treble winners. He has to get through that team, because what happened is that he might have been with them for 6 weeks, Ten Hag, but he doesn't know these players like we know them, like every one of you in the comments knows them. He doesn't. And he doesn't know them in the Premier League. And today, he got the biggest wake-up call he's ever going to have in football. He was shocked. He was in a shock, man. Regardless how composed he tried to look, he was in a shock, man. And I say this again. We're not just Glazers out because we don't sign players. We lose, or we win, or we draw. We Glazers out because they're vultures. 17, 19, almost 18 years going into now. They have destroyed this football club. Fergie won despite of them, not because of them. Soon as Fergie leaves, what happens? It all falls apart. And like I said, like we've done more rebuilds than Mundo's son building his Legos. That's what we've done. You know what? Win, lose or draw, Glazers out, bankers out. But before that, Kaz, let them know where they can find you, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate you having me on there, then, man.
Bro,
Trafford Tunnel with Tyrone. Obviously, as you know, like big up time, and every single time drove me back today. Even though I was gonna stay around in Manchester and have a bit of food, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it today. But big up, and if not, never a foul, or Trafford Tunnel. Obviously, this is my Instagram, or you take out the dot and you find my Twitter, man. But I'm sure I'll be back on here when we need some therapy, you know, because this has helped me calm down. Like the rage inside is just I'm being as calm as possible, but now I'm kind of mellow. Like I'm silent. It's like I feel lighter. Do you understand? Lighter.
It could be that you're getting tired as well because it's been a long day traveling up.
I've got. I don't care. I've got another stream to do, and I have to take it. If you can give it, you can take it.
Go on, big up, bro. Big up. Mundo, Mighty Mundo on Twitter. I'm trying to get him to be active, but he's got 2 little toddlers, innit? He's got 2 little kids, and he ain't got
best place to see me is on here.
Yeah, you go. You can catch him here. But seriously, Therapy Army, there's no show without you, innit? There's no show without you guys, seriously. And Eli United, stop predicting we're getting smashed by Brentford. We could be, but stop predicting it. Stop being so negative, man. Come on. By the way, seriously, on a genuine note, make sure you do something nice with your partner. You make nice food. You go for a nice walk. It's still summer, people. It's in the UK. If you're in the UK, go for a nice walk. Watch a nice film. You know what I mean? Take a nice bath. You know what I mean? Have a glass or 2. It's Sunday night. You know what I mean? If you got tomorrow off, chill out, relax. So do something. Don't let Man United ruin your weekends. They can't.
Facts.
They can't ruin your weekends anymore, so don't let them do it. Make sure you've got other plan, a self-care plan. Read my lips, self-care plan. When it comes to weekends, people, safeguard your mental health because trust me, like me, you lose every bit of hair. You lose it, people. You lose it. You will lose it. It is the Therapy channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. If you're not already subscribed. Like, smash the like so we get the algorithms so more people see the channel. We're on the road to 6K and hopefully to 10K. Please become a member of the community. And like I always say, win, lose, draw, bankers out, Glazers out. Trust me. When they go, we will get our football. And that's the thing. That's it. We are living in the hope and prayer, mate. That's all we are. We are living, like Khalees said, big up Khalees, big up Tom, big up Saeed. Big up Bombay, Mundo, Kaz for coming on. It's been a show, man, but we need the therapy people. We need each other. So big up to every one of you. And big up Say Miasi, man. Say Miasi, come hard today to banter us all. Trust me. Nah, it was a protest, man. Tell them, Kaz, before you go. People are saying the protest weren't all that. It was.
No, you can't. I will guarantee you would not be able to. On the east stand, you would not be able to go through the east unless you really want to wiggle in and out. You was going to take a long time. And if you saw the long stretch go through the tunnel and everything around to the south stand and everything, I'm telling you now, you would not have got past. And facts, Brighton fans had to sit and watch. And they want to get all mouthy when they go into the little corner. But when they come out afterwards, they want to shut up. But whatever, you know. Yeah. I don't condone violence, by the way. So whoever was fighting the stand, you're a total idiot.
No violence, no violence.
Yo, but yeah,
salam,
man.
brother Cass. Mundo, love, brother. Love everybody. Take care, people. Please take care of your mental health, people. Take care of your mental health. We're out. Peace.
Nice one, lads.
Good
Come on.